from Central Ohio's news leader. Presented in high definition, this is 10 TV News HD.
Now at 5:30, one by one, families shared their loved ones' horrific murder stories, appealing to Ohio lawmakers for support of a new bill.
DNA upon felony arrest could save so many lives.
That bill would require a DNA test for anyone arrested on a felony charge. Thank you for joining us at 5:30. I'm Tracy Townsend.
And I'm Kurt Ludlow. That bill already passed overwhelmingly in the Ohio Senate. 21 states have a law requiring a DNA mouth swab after a person is arrested for a felony. John Fortney reports so far the law has passed the court test, and he has the compelling stories from mothers who live a nightmare every day. We have to warn you, though, some of the comments you're about to hear are disturbing.
There's a lot of pain in this room.
Their stories are traumatic.
We found out that he had been in jail 2 months before he murdered her, was out on bail when he murdered her, and was back in jail 2 months after he murdered her.
Mothers whose daughters were murdered and the killers not found for years.
When one night a stranger followed her home, raped her, sodomized her, and set her on fire.
They were joined by a young Ohio woman who bravely spoke of the night she was raped and thought she was going to die.
In my veins, I believed, I knew that this was it for me. And I was only 22 years old and my life was going to end.
All of them support a new bill requiring anyone in Ohio charged with a felony to have a DNA swab test. It's called Katie's Law in New Mexico, named after J.N. Sepich's daughter. It's solved dozens of crimes.
In less than 3 years, we've had 92 matches in New Mexico.
But even supporters of the DNA swab test say it's not just about finding and convicting the guilty. It's also about exonerating the innocent.
The true power is that many men especially will never be questioned, never be falsely accused.
Brad Koffel is a criminal defense lawyer. He says the law is constitutional, but warns against a slippery slope.
Some European countries are moving in that direction of a nation of suspects where everyone's DNA is collected with or without a parent's consent at birth.
To these parents, the DNA swab is nothing more than another set of fingerprints, a better set that protects privacy and proves everything.
If I were arrested for something, would I rather they take those 13 numbers and put those on the front page of the paper or my mugshot?
Now, that bill does have bipartisan support, with Columbus lawmakers David Goodman, a senator, and Carlton Weddington, a state rep, as the lead sponsors. It would allow someone cleared of a felony count, though, to have their DNA fingerprint expunged from the database. That's a requirement from the federal government to participate in that federal DNA database. John Fortney, 10 TV News.